Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty78609. I'm just leaving Long Draw Pizza, and I want you to look. You see that truck right in front of me? He almost boxed me in, but I can't believe people are so inconsiderate. I mean, I really can't, man. I really can't. I'm not totally boxed in, but it's close, and that is so aggravating. See, I can't back up far because behind me is a telephone post. But anyway, guys, I allowed enough room and I made it. Would I have done that? I wouldn't even have considered it, okay? That's the difference in people. But having said that, let's move on. Actually, the Long Draw Pizza place has changed owners. The old gal that was there before, I think her name was Nancy, I could be wrong on that. She's gone. She's been gone for a month, and the new owners are just getting rolling. The pizza, I can tell you right now, it may taste good, but it is not the same pizza. Okay, you know what I mean? They say it is, but who knows? We'll see. You know, when you picked up the box, when Nancy was there, if that's her name, it weighed about 4 pounds. This one is just the box, basically. But anyway, enough said about that. I wish him the best and all that. And that guy that boxed me in, I hope somebody boxes him in, okay? Quid pro quo. This for that. So now we're leaving there, headed east on 170, going back, and that's the view. You can see, that looks like mountains. All that is that used to be mountains in here, and they just destroyed them, okay? The quicksilver mines and stuff, or mercury mines. So let's continue on here. We'll just cruise on now. Ain't got much to say, and I'll end this video. I won't let it go near as long as that other one. I can't believe it went 30 minutes. I've never done a 30-minute video in my life. But it is a nice day. The temperature, it's amazing here. I dressed thinking that the temperature was going to drop dramatically, because when I left Alpine, the temperature was like 58 to 60, wind blowing out of the northeast, cold. And what happens? I get down here and it's 79. The wind's blowing out of the northeast, but it's 79 degrees. That's a 20-degree difference. You know, I was prepared, but I had it layered on. I could layer this off, but no big deal. No big deal. But it is the season. The place was packed. There's no doubt. It was loaded, as you saw in that video. The cars were there. The people were waiting for the door to be unlocked, and here they come. And more came after that. But fortunately, when I went in, see what people do, they go in and sit down at the table and wait to be waited on. I went immediately to the bar and I got the girl's attention, placed my order, so I was the first pizza out the door. Otherwise, I would be there till 8 o'clock waiting on my pizza. Because they've got 2 little ovens, and at most they can cook 2 large and 2 mediums at the same time. That's it. It doesn't take long, though, because all they do is melt the cheese and brown the crust. So it only takes about 10 minutes or so. Ovens are hot. Why am I talking about all that crap? I have no idea. Something to talk about again. There's the TERLINGUA store. Let me say this about being, if you ever come down here and you go in a store and buy something, be damn sure you check the date or expiration date, because you're going to find a lot of products been down here. They're celebrating their 50th birthday. I mean, I bought some beer. Back then I was drinking Coors in cans, and I bought the regular Coors, not the light, but just the regular Coors. I bought a case and headed back to my place way away from here, and that's when I was out on the TERLINGUA ranch. And I was drinking a beer on the way, of course, which, I do that occasionally, but don't do it anymore. But having said that, I was drinking, I got home and I checked the expiration date. It was like 6 months expired, or it might have been a year. It was a long time. So anyway, I got the 800 number off the can for Coors. The next day I called them when they were open. got a girl on the phone, and I said, you know, this thing has an expiration date of about 6 months or a year old, whatever it was. Is this going to kill me or what? She says, no, it's still okay. You know, it's sealed in a can, and, you know, gave me a good scientific explanation, which I bought. But she said, just to show you that, you know, we appreciate you, you know, drinking the beer and not complaining or whatever. They sent me a Coors t-shirt, a Coors mug, and a Coors cap. And I didn't want the Coors cap, but the Coors mug was kind of handy. And that's the Coors story. So we'll move on to something else now. Feel pretty good, man. Feel pretty good. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Boy, I tell you, if that is not, you gotta practice that one. I met a girl, girl. She was a young lady at the appraisal district in Alpine. I won't mention her name. I don't even know her name anyway. And you know, every now and then you go in to do business and you have this preconceived conception, you know, you're ready to do battle almost. Nicest people I ever met. Everybody was really helpful. You know, I've been into some appraisal districts where a little authority corrupts a little bit, you know. And but no, they were really nice, and this girl was particularly nice. She went out of her way, because I found some lots that there were no sale, you know, they weren't for sale, but they had power boxes on them. Looked like somebody might have had a old mobile home there and pulled it off. And so I made a note of the address or the area and got the closest address, and we found them all. And so I couldn't get a phone number for any of them. So I mailed 3 letters today to see if any of those pieces or lots are for sale. And that's how I find them, guys. I mean, that's exactly what I do. I mean, I don't mind sending out some letters. And I already know, now I know the appraised value, so I know about what they're worth. So, we're starting from a good point. So if they tell me they want X number of dollars and I know that they're appraised at Y, then I can get out of that pretty quick. But I wouldn't mind living or having another home base in Alpine. In fact, at some point I may relocate to Alpine, and that will be my Texas home base. Why? Because I like the area. I really do. I like the year-round climate in Alpine. This right here, the TERLINGUA Ranch, I probably would never come back down here, or maybe once or twice a year, if that. Possibly to get a pizza. We'll see how this goes. But the Alpine is attractive, but the downside for me now is I really don't want to buy a home, because for a lot of reasons I can't afford it, and 2, I just don't know that I need that much or want that much space for just me. But I do know at some point, and I've already prepared my home base in near Kingsland, Texas for it. I'm not going to be wanting to pull an RV. I mean, I know I will reach that point. Now, when that's going to be, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be a number of years, but you never know. Things change. So, but getting a lot in Alpine, where I can put power, electric, have city water, just like I'm doing in Capitan, would be nice. Would be nice for me if I can find a place. But everything I've run across, the price is astronomical. But anyway, you see those tailings out there on the right? I don't know what I've got. Did I turn the video on? I'll turn it off to the right a little bit. See, the thing of it is, the screen from this side is dark, and you can barely see what's going on. But now we're on 118 again. We're going back to the north, right into the wind. We're going to be going uphill into the wind. When you leave Alpine coming south, you go from an elevation of 4,600 feet to about 1,000 feet in 80 miles. So going back, guess what? You got to climb back up again. And this time I'm going against the wind. So I'm certainly not expecting my gas mileage to be that great. But I have plenty of fuel, and that's good. And I also know how far it is to Del Rio on Monday, so I'll add enough fuel to get to Del Rio, because the price of gasoline in Del Rio is about $2.20 a gallon as compared to $2.85. You know, it doesn't. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people say, well, you know, you cheap dog. You know, why don't you just pay it and eat it? You know what I mean? Well, you know, that's what you do, and or whatever you want to do, you do. But for me, you know, all those little pennies and dollars add up, and you know, so if I save, you know, $10 on a tank of gas, or $8 or whatever it figures out to be, that's $8 I saved. And if I do that, you know, several times during the year, next thing you know, I've accumulated $1,000. Well, you know, then you're talking about some dollars. So, you know, those little pennies add up. I know that I go to, now I don't go to any real extra effort. I'm just aware, and I try to save my money when I can. Does that have anything to do with getting a pizza? No. But I'm going to talk about it anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. Well, we're in no hurry to get back. I got off right on time. I just didn't want to be driving at dark. It's 5:36. The sun sets here about 8. Or wait a minute, right, that's wrong, about 7. So we'll be right. We will be back right about sunset. Don't want to drive after dark out here, because you know everybody's running with their bright lights on and all that stuff, and so we'll be fine. You know, nothing like a good plan coming together. I wonder what they have to pay for a pizza box. $1? You know, there's 2 cars on the road, and one of them is right on my bumper. Again. Wonder why does that bother people, including me? I don't know. It just does. I mean, I'm sure there are people in this viewing audience that do not like people tailgating, or, you know, just get, you know, this guy behind me is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet off my bumper. You know, he's in a hurry. Let me see, I'll slow down and see if he'll pass. In fact, I'll even pull over and see if he'll pass. What do you know? You believe in miracles? Yeah. And there he goes. But you see those little mounds there on the right? That's from the mines. That's not natural. That's tailings and stuff, or whatever they call it, from mining for quicksilver. We are definitely going right into a headwind, I can tell you. I feel it. If I was towing my RV, well, my casita wouldn't make much difference, but if I was towing the Coachman Clipper Cadet, the 16-footer that just had the flat front, woo dog. I'll tell you a good story. I was staying at the Christmas Mountains, at that place I was telling you about in the other video. It was just one spot there. They had a mobile home there, and somebody pulled off, and I parked there. But anyway, it's right near Studi Butte, 80 miles from Alpine, Texas. I had a 79 Chevrolet pickup. I was pulling a 26-foot travel trailer that weighed, who knows, I would guess at least 5,000 pounds. It weighed a lot. More than my truck was geared to set up to carry, I can tell you that, but I didn't know about that crap then. And I had the sway bars and the weight distribution hitch and the whole thing. And I filled up at Studi Butte, even though it was expensive, because I only had a 15-gallon tank on that 79 Chevrolet pickup. And 15 gallons at 10 miles a gallon is 150 miles. So I thought, well, you know, I've got plenty to, for sure, get to Alpine. Well, I pulled out early one morning, and as luck would have it, a norther like this was blowing in, 20 to 30 mile an hour headwinds, and that trailer I had was heavy, had a flat front. When I pulled into Alpine, I was running on fumes. I think I got 4 miles a gallon or something. It was ridiculous. So you got to be prepared for those things if you RV guys. You know, don't think your average miles per gallon is going to work all the time. It's a good indicator, and it's a good way to plan, but there's going to be those moments towing that you're going to hit those headwinds and uphills, and man, it will drop by 50% really quick. Anyway, I'll end the video now. I just wanted to talk a little bit and enjoy the day, but yeah, this is the 3rd video of the Terlingua pizza trip. The first one was had a little audio problem. I don't know what that was. Maybe this one will too. Who knows? But the video or the picture quality should be okay. But having said that, guys, enjoy your life the best you can, because life is what it is. Here today, gone tomorrow, so to speak. So anyway, thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. And, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths. Breathe in deep, hold it, breathe out slowly, because that relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure. Stand guard at the door of your mind, exercise your body. A lot of people may think of it, being repetitive, but I really want to reinforce that, because if you form good habits and become their slave, you'll live a lot longer. I mean, you'll live, but maybe not much longer, but you'll live healthier while you're here, and that's important. So having said that, guys, adios amigos, bye-bye. At ease, carry on, all that stuff.